Do you feel like you are the only person at the office who's picking up on the vibes? Or maybe you are thinking way too much about that one tiny little piece of criticism that your leader gave to you. So much so that you are now starting to question your abilities in doing the job. Because if so, there is a good chance that you are a feeler, a highly sensitive person working in a corporate environment around other people who don't feel all of the things that you feel. But this is not a weakness. And if you've ever been called too sensitive, you're definitely going to want to stick around to the very end, because I am going to show you exactly why that is a crock of shit and how you can actually harness your sensitivity into being a superpower. So here are 5 ways that you can cultivate your sensitivity into your superpower. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so now, so that I can help you each and every single week to create inner tranquility no matter what is happening around you. Over the past 8 years, I have had the opportunity to work with many highly sensitive, empathetic women working in a corporate environment. And these women would come to me just wanting to shut off their brain for a little bit. They just want some peace and quiet because their mind is going constantly ruminating about lists and all of the things that they should be doing, but they're not doing, and how they're coming across, and just all of the things. But through these really powerful energetic tools, I've been able to help my clients to create a sense of inner tranquility, even when life is super crazy. Many of my clients, like myself, believed that they were just too sensitive to operate in these environments. And in order to participate in these environments, they had to suppress who they naturally are. And they had to put on a brave face or mask how they really felt in order to fit in. But the reality of the situation is that you are still yourself. You are just pretending not to be. But those hurts, those digs, those things that are keeping you up at night aren't actually going away, even if you're just pretending that you're okay. Over the past 8 years, I have had the opportunity to help highly sensitive corporate women who think that they feel too much. And they come to me and they say, I just want to shut off my mind and my emotions for a little while. I just need to get through this time. I can't be so sensitive. It's holding me back. And I totally understand that, right? Sometimes feeling more than other people gets exhausting. I don't want to worry so much about what other people are thinking about. I don't want to think so much about how I'm coming across and if I'm a good enough team player. Many of these women became Reiki clients of mine in order to cope with the harshness that is the corporate environment. After working together, using the power of energy work, my clients are able to free themselves from the emotional jail that is creating these people-pleasing tendencies, like saying yes to everything and being afraid of saying no because you don't want to ruffle any feathers. Because of the work that I'm able to do with my clients, they can actually just honor the yes that they feel within themselves without fear of what others are going to think. If you have been told that you are too sensitive, this video is for you. I dedicate this video to you for whatever it's worth, because I have been told that I am too sensitive time and time again. Working in corporate, being a dancer, starting a business, being a normal human person. And this used to be something that I carried a lot of shame about and I tried to fix. But it wasn't until I truly owned my sensitivity, I was able to actually harness it into a superpower. Because what is being too sensitive really mean? It makes you compassionate and empathetic. It makes you a great friend. It makes you self-aware. It makes you thoughtful. And why are these all bad things? Well, typically when people tell you that you are too sensitive, it is when your sensitivity is getting in the way of something that they want. So how can we operate within this being a superpower so that we can operate within our sensitivity in these environments that don't really honor our sensitivity, like the corporate world? Here are 5 things that I wish that I knew a long time ago, and 5 things that I think are really going to help you to begin to cultivate this as a superpower. Number 1, saying no could have gotten me so much farther, much faster. No one is going to honor or value your time if you do not. You know, I was very new in my career and I went for a coffee with somebody who was just a couple years ahead of me in theirs. And he gave me a piece of advice which really stuck with me, which is just because you can do something well doesn't mean that you should. And at the time, this really struck me because as an overachiever, as a highly sensitive person who likes to do more for other people, the idea of not doing everything that I could and not being a jack of all trades was a little bit off-putting to me. But when you think about it, he's right. If you can do a couple things really, really, really well, not only are you spending way less time being spread thin and wearing way too many hats and trying to juggle way too many thoughts and way too many projects, but you have a very particular focus, some things that you are very, very good in. Those things will inevitably be much better. Work that you are producing will be much, much better. But people will also begin to see you differently in their minds because you in their minds is more of a specialist. They know that they can't just pull one over on you and delegate their grunt work to you in order to get it done. Now, there is a time and a place, of course, for you to take more on your plate. But if you have been working more than 8 hours consecutively for more than 3 months, it is time for you to make some big changes. Because if you are not getting all of your work done in the 8 hours allotted each day at work, utilizing your overtime to get those tasks done is just simply not sustainable. The reason why I wanted to share this with you is because as a woman, I know that you are overloaded, that you take on everything from other people, and that you feel obligated to say yes as default instead of no. A lot of men do not have this same issue. And that is why I trust that you need to hear this message, because you are probably doing a lot of things at work and in your home life that you don't need to do. You are only doing it because you think that you should, and you're afraid of what will happen if you don't. There are alternatives, though, to saying yes to everything. And I know as soon as you start implementing no, your world is going to change. If you learn how to say and hold an empowered no, your self-esteem will grow and expand, and you will be amazed at what happens and what doesn't happen. You delegating or saying no to a project isn't going to be the life-ending thing that you think it's going to be. You might be pleasantly surprised with what happens. Number 2, energy work is a must. It is no longer an option. In fact, I am not sure how anyone is functioning on this earth right now without utilizing energy work. Energy work, or a release practice, energy clearing exercise, whatever you want to call it, is for those moments when you come home from work and you are so overloaded, so overstimulated, and so frustrated that you just want to collapse and cry. I would use energy work every single day when I would come home as a way for me to release all of the stress and the pressure from the day, and also to be able to transition from work life into home life. Energy work is such a powerful way for you to release that inner tension and pressure that you are feeling and create a feeling of peace within your body and to calm your mind. I would also use energy work to protect myself from absorbing, the toxic energy that I was around all the time. When somebody comes and talks to you and you just feel completely drained, or you feel just like your energy has shifted, your mood has shifted as a result of chatting with this person. Well, you need a protection process. You can protect yourself so that you're not absorbing all of these other things. Everything is energy, including us. So somebody can absolutely transfer their negative energy onto you if you are open and receptive. So you need energy work in order to operate at your full capacity within this space, especially as a highly sensitive person, because you will absorb so much more than other people, because that is your gift. That is your blessing. So you will naturally absorb other things from other people, and we need to protect you from receiving more than you really need to. And number 3, If you can change your circumstances, you should. You are not stuck. The change that you might need to make might be really difficult, and there might be a lot of steps, and it might be scary as hell, but it does not mean that it's the wrong choice. Just because something is hard or scary doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. If you need to make a big change, you need to empower yourself to make it happen. I used to think that in order for me to get to this place of self-mastery, that I needed to be okay in every situation. But all that did was feed in to this never-ending pool that is always needing to be better, always needing to improve myself. And it fed this I am not enoughness. If I'm struggling at this job because of, these circumstances of this work environment, it's because I'm not good enough. It's because I can't take it. I need better tools. The truth of the matter is that the solution there might be leaving your job or talking to your boss or going on a short-term disability if that is something that is available to you. You need to believe that you are not stuck in order to make a change. And sometimes that change can't be, the 100% I'm quitting this job. It might be 10% of that choice, or maybe even 50. What's important to remember here is that if you're not trapped in somebody's basement, you have choice. It's just not the easy one. But there are people out there like me who can help you make these really bold, big changes with the most confidence and clarity possible. You spend 40 hours minimum at work each week. That is way too much time to be spending doing something that you hate. Please make a change. Make a big, bold, beautiful change. And it can take time. But life is too short for you to suffer. If you're feeling excited that there are ways for you to properly cope within a corporate environment as a highly sensitive person, please let me know by hitting the like button. And please, let's continue this conversation in the comments because I would love to know what it is that you do to cope with being highly sensitive in environments that don't always honor that. Let me know below. Number 4, creating peace out of nowhere is simpler than you think. And I understand that peace is like this ethereal concept for many of us because we've never felt it before. But you know that it's there, right? It's like oxygen. We all need it to breathe, but we can't really see it, right? And peace is kind of the same way. Peace can be cultivated in 2 simple steps: subtraction and presence. So before you add any sort of activities to your list that you think are going to create peace, like starting that gym membership, going on that cleanse, adding more things onto your schedule, I need you to first subtract because you are overloaded and overstimulated. You don't need to add anything else to your list right now. You need to subtract. So take a look, do an audit of your calendar, and look at what you can cut out of your life right now. I love to tell my clients to be ruthless with your time. Be ruthless with your yeses and default to saying no over saying yes. Your time is very, very precious. And once you have created some space in your schedule, you'll be able to breathe because you won't be thinking about all of the things that you have to get done and all of the places that you have to be. You'll have time to sit. You'll have time to breathe, and you'll have time to actually work on creating that peace. Then, once you've created some space in your schedule, you can be present because the present moment is where peace lives. And if you're not so overloaded and you're not running from one thing to the next, you're able to be more present in your day-to-day life. And number 5, your fear of judgment is the most misplaced waste of your time and energy because people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are. And honestly, if they are, that is a bigger reflection of where they're at in their lives and what their insecurities are than it is a reflection on you. The truth is that we're all just trying to get by. We all have our own stuff. So you saying no may not be the end of the world that you think that it is. And if you go about your life honoring the things that you feel is what's best for you, saying no, delegating some work, and creating some space and some peace for yourself, taking that vacation, taking that day off, and not being afraid of judgment, you are going to be so much happier because you are torturing yourself for no reason. You can implement all of these things that we've talked about from a place of confidence and clarity that is 100% available to you. If you are struggling to create inner peace and tranquility in your overpacked schedule, I would love to help you. I'd love to invite you to a free 30-minute call with myself. And these calls are typically around $300, but because you're here watching this video, I want to give it to you absolutely for free. And on this call, we are really going to get you the clarity in your next steps. I am going to guide you step by step on how you can begin to release yourself from feeling this stuckness in this never-ending to-do list. I'm going to help you to create a roadmap that's going to get you to peace and clarity so that you can create the next steps of your career and your life with total and complete confidence. So I will link that below, and I cannot wait to chat with you one-on-one. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Please let me know below what other videos that I can help you with, and watch this video right here next.